What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. I think it was a little loud. Um, what's going on, you guys? We are back again for another episode of what is this called? Our Kind of People, baby. Another good episode. Another good episode. Okay, listen, we ended it on a cliff note. Okay, and I can't wait for next episode because what is the connection here? What is the connection here? We started off. Wait a minute. This season one, episode two. My mother, myself. You know, we get Angie, okay? She's sitting up here on IG Live or whatever, and she's talking about her business and talking about the history of hair. Let me just point this out. Somebody said, and I don't even know if I said this last week, but I'm gonna mention it now. I love the fact that this is an all black cast for the most part, and they are beautiful, baby, and they're dark, girl, just everything. And then not only that, they are highlighting the beauty of black hair. Okay, bitch. So, bitch. All right. Anyway. So Angie is on her Instagram live talking about hair and how hair was something that we used in Africa, to show status and beauty and financial wealth and just all type of stuff. We used it to talk, okay? But then when the Middle Pastures came along, they cut our hair so we couldn't identify each other, so we could just stay the same or whatever. But then we started to grow it back and to take that power back. Okay, cool. I love that. All right, so we get into the episode and we get that little history. Next thing you know, we see them up in the church, right? Bitch, why is Pastor John Gray the pastor? Of all people that y'all could have got, he was the only one that was available. Y'all couldn't get TD Jakes. Girl, I'll never forget when I saw TD Jakes coming out the hotel when I was out there in California. I said, look at him. Interesting. But anyway, they give it a sermon or whatever. And I said, that is a mighty small congregation coming together. And it looked like the church probably was one of those historical churches because it just looks so vintage and antique. And so you got Angie, I can't remember her name, Deborah Morgan. She up there trying to open up a piece of candy. You got the Franklin DuPonts up there like, what the hell? And they looking like, see what's going on. What you looking at? Okay, I said, no, we not about to do this in the church, okay? We are not about to do this. Turn around and pay attention to the pastor. Angie cussing, talk about something with they Grammy asses and stuff. I said, no, we not doing that. We don't talk stuff like that in church, okay? This is the house of the Lord. I know ass may be up in the Bible, but you said it in the wrong context. Don't do that, man. All right? After that, they go outside, and I said, so everybody congregates at the same church on this island or whatever. So because Tariq was there, okay, and she and Tariq is talking, and she needs a contractor, somebody to come up in there and to see about the foundation and the layout of her place, what she's trying to do, her hair care business, okay. Meanwhile, we get Leah over there talking to not Franklin, but Raymond's mama, Miss DuPont. And she was basically like, you need to get that girl up out of here. Okay, that's what it is. She wants the girl gone because mama knows secrets, all right? And she feels threatened. That's all that it is, okay? And at this point, Leah over there talking to her good girlfriends, or I ain't even gonna say good girlfriends. You could tell who is really her friends, and you could tell that Leah don't really got friends, okay? She got lackeys who are scared to stand up to her, okay? Because she has so much influence. So you got people that's gonna kiss her ass, and that's what them two girls was doing. Oh my God, Leah, it's so great that you are on the cover of Forbes. You got your first cover of Forbes. Oh my God, it's so great. And I was sitting here like, girl, y'all better calm that shit down. Think for yourself, okay? Don't be scared of that lady. Meanwhile, Angie, she go up there and she was up there trying to talk and confront her like, listen, let's clear the air, okay? We ain't finna be doing this. We up here. Okay, what's good? What's really good? You ain't have to do what you did to me. I ain't have to do what you did to you and all this stuff. And I was just like, they was sizing each other up. Okay, that's basically what it is. Putting our foot down to say, I see you, you see me, and I ain't going nowhere. That's basically what that little conversation was all about, okay? Next thing you know, we got Leah. She up there talking to her husband, and she happy about the fact that her daddy is retired, so-called. And she said, oh, he didn't just retire. I kicked his ass out. I forced him out or whatever. And so Raymond looking like, and he started undressing. I said, it's more chestnut. So I should have known that it was going to come one way or another, sooner or later. It came a little bit sooner than I thought it was, that we was going to get an all-body shot. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, look at this. Go ahead, because I like to see it. Let me see. Oh, okay, cool. What you about to do to her? Y'all nasty. Y'all finna have some bougie, nasty sex? Girl, yeah. Because they getting turned on the fact that he thinking like, okay, so you in charge now of your daddy's company. So that means you can get me my company back. And I said, what happened to your company? I was like, that's interesting. I didn't even know you had a company. I thought you just worked for the daddy. So apparently the daddy acquired that company because I guess the thing was failing. All right. So of course they finna have some little nasty sex and they was getting it in or whatever. That's cute that they still do it because they look like, sometimes them bougie ones look like they don't even do it no more. Okay. But anyway, back over there at Angie's place, she with her auntie, she with her mama, I mean her daughter, and she get a letter or whatever in the envelope in the mail that basically says, listen, 99.9% that you are Leah's sister, okay? So at this point, they trying to figure out what exactly they gonna do. And they was like, we supposed to be down here to fulfill mama's or her grandmother, Nikki's, this is what they saying, fulfill her wishes. And her wishes is for you to spread the ashes out here. She was like, I don't got to spread nothing. I ain't got to do nothing because I can do what I want to do. I'm grown. Okay? And the daughter and everybody else is just trying to understand, why are you trying so hard to fit in with these people to get in? What is the end game at this point? And now that she found out that she, the relative, she definitely is not about to leave because now she wants to know exactly what it is that happened between Teddy and her mom and why was her mother pointed out as a drug dealer or something like that, possession of drugs and getting arrested and all this stuff. And I was like, I at this point you invested, so now I'm invested and I want you to stay there too. Okay, y'all just gonna have to hop on board because mama got tunnel vision. All right, she just until she finds out, then she'll leave. And mama find about to cause chaos, okay? And not because she wanted to, it's because she about to unearth all that shit, and I can't wait for it, all right? Meanwhile, Raymond up here talking to his business partner, Jack, about, possibly getting that company back and the reason why it collapsed in the first place because of Jack and his ways, okay? And of course, Jack is a white man, and they go through this whole thing about how they grew up together, and Jack is also with that whole perception like we're the same. And Raymond had to tell him, no, I'm going to keep on reminding you that you messed up the company, okay? And you're the reason why we had to go through what we had to go through. It wasn't me, okay? Because you one of those people, and the reason why you feel like it ain't really nothing and, oh, we'll get it back is nothing to be so worried about is because you didn't have to work that hard. Regardless of the fact that we grew up together, we were friends together, I still had to work hard for my shit. You can mess up and it'll go away. I can mess up and it won't, okay? Okay, that's what we're not the same. And I was like, oh, tell him. Sometimes you can always tell. I do not be surprised when it be a rich black person who has mostly white friends. And it's nothing against it, but it's telling. Did y'all see that video that was on TikTok? I saw it on TikTok before it hit the blogs. When them couples was dressing up as each other, the wife was dressing up as the husband as the wife. And the only commonality is two commonality. The women were all white. The men were all black. And they were very homely looking. I'm going to move on from that. I said, oh, that's what we're doing. It was 3 couples. I said, oh, okay. Meanwhile, Leah is having this get together where they're putting together all these roses or whatever. You got Angela there. You got her 2 little lackeys and all the other ladies, I guess some of the Graceties or whatever. Because they're about to have this ball or this little get together, little foundation, little gala, whatever. And so she come past and she sees Angie and her little floral arrangement. She was like, I mean, You got to do better. You can't put too many of the baby breaths. That's the name of the flowers. You can't put too many of them together like that. I mean, I know this is a charity thing, but we don't need this shit to look cheap. Okay, that's what we don't need. I said, oh, you ain't have to do that, because of course the little ladies between next to her, her lackeys is just laughing or whatever. Next thing you know, Lauren come up in there and she drunk as shit. She hung over. She ain't drunk. She just hung over. She said, oh my God, why are the lights so bright? Mind you, when they was at the church, that was one of the things that the grandma brought up. The grandma slash mother-in-law, she brought up, she said, you need to go ahead and take care of this Angela situation so that we can get to the real situation at hand, and that is your daughter and what she doing, okay? Because obviously she posting stuff online and it's just not a good look for the family, okay? And then for her to come in all hungover and everything, and the girls that's her lackeys, she's all they're making jokes and stuff about her, oh my God, did you see how short her dress is? Get it together, look at her. And I was just like, really? You just kissing the mama's ass and you gonna talk about the daughter right there in front of her face? And even Leah had to say, well, she's still trying to grieve her friend that's still up in the hospital. So cut her some slack and be quiet. Okay? She had to shut that down. I was here for Leah when she did that. I was here for Leah when she did that, because she turned it to Mama Bear. Okay? So then she went over there and she tried to talk to Lauren and see what was really going on. Okay? She was like, I know your friend is still in the hospital, but you can't be doing all of this, what you doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. And she was like, how about, you come to the Forbes photo shoot set with me, and then we go grab some dinner or lunch or whatever afterwards. And, we can talk, because regardless, I'ma still love you regardless, whatever's going on. And she said, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to like what I have to say. And I said, oh, you finna tell her? And next thing you know, she had to get up and go throw up somewhere, okay? And she left her phone on the table and she left that bitch open. And I said, oh, no. Girl, she picked up the phone. The first picture that she sees is of her and Taylor, okay? And then the next 3 pictures is her and Taylor in an intimate way, okay? Girls can pose with each other and they look like they together, but they could be just friends. But her mama literally got the inclination that, this is a little bit more than just friends, okay? And the look on her face was like, this is not what I want. And I said, oh, I just knew she wasn't going to be here for it. I knew it. Meanwhile, she told one of her little lackeys after they finished, because they had a particular name for the party or whatever charity events that they was going to put on, and then Angela suggested that we name it something else. And so Leah was like, okay, let's name it the Black Diamond Ball. Okay? And see, Leah is complicated. Sometimes she act like she here for Angela, but then sometimes she don't. Okay? And we know her goal is to get her out, but then there's moments where they really do connect like a sister. Okay? Big sister to a little sister. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. It's weird knowing what's going on. I'll be like, bitch, pick a side. You got to be mad all the way, okay? You want to be vindictive all the way. Don't try to be nice to me here and be nice to me there and then want to kick my ass later. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that to me. But anyway, so she told old girl, go take her mama a delivery, a bouquet. Oh, girl said, I gotta take my son to horseback riding lessons or whatever. And she just walked out the room. I said, wait a minute, you just gonna take that from her? I guess so. Angela offered to go ahead and take it because Angela got her own motives, all right? Angela also wants to get in close with the Franklins, okay? Because at this point now, she knows that Teddy Franklin is her father. So she needs to get close to understand what went down that night that her mama got arrested. So she went down there and she was going up there to see the mama, Leah's mama, Mrs. Franklin. And so at this point, she runs into Raymond and she started talking about her business and, trying to get into this Black small business incubator program. And he was telling her what she need. You need something to make you stand out and show what it truly your purpose is, okay? And so at this point, she was like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. He was like, I'm going to talk to the board. I can't say that you're going to get in, but, you got to do something to make yourself stand out if you really want to get into this program. And she was like, I got you on that. So I guess the mom, Mrs. Franklin is in a home, okay? And you can tell at this point by the interaction she's suffering from probably dementia or Alzheimer, because she can't tell the difference of who her daughter is. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as she heard somebody come up, and I think she heard Angela say Mrs. Franklin or something like that, hello, she was like, oh, so you finally come. The bitch finally comes or something like that. All I know, a bitch word was come out there, and then she said, Nice to see you too, Leah. I said, oh shit. So she think Angela is Leah, and she called her a bitch. I said, what's that about? What is that about? So at this point, Angela said, let me play along with it, okay? Let me get all that I can out of her. I said, Angela, this ain't right, but continue, okay? You ain't got to play on her illness. But continue, okay? And so she was like, come on up in here and help me with my hair so we can go ahead to this ball or whatever. This, because I was honored at the Graceties and all this stuff. And next thing you know, Angela is taking advantage of this. She like, okay, she's in this state where she don't know that it's not her daughter. So let me ask her about the night that my mom was arrested. Okay. She said, what do you know about March something 1985? Okay. She was like, that's the night of the when she got inducted into the Graceties, okay? And she was like 2 or 3 years old. Leah was like 2 or 3 years old. So this is before Grace was born. Not Grace, but Angela was born, okay? Because Leah is 2 or 3 years older than her, okay? And so at this point, she started getting into it. She was like, what do you know about Angela Vaughn? Evelyn Vaughn, because that's her mama name. And she was like, the way she kind of seized up, a little bit. She said, Evelyn Vaughn was my best friend, okay? She was one of my good girlfriends. She worked for me for 2 summers, you know what I'm saying? But then that bitch turned out to be just like a stereotypical, hood rat ass hoe. She fell into the goddamn stereotype of sleeping with other people's men. Okay, that's what she did. And I told my husband, you lay down with dogs, you get fleas or whatever. And he came out with a goddamn bastard. I said, oh, something about the word bastard just sounds so bad. Okay, I don't care how you switch it, how you say it or whatever. It's just a negative connotation to it. I understand what it means, but just say it. That should have hurt me. It's funny when called me a bastard. Girl, I was like, what? You ain't have to do that. That'll hurt my heart. Okay. And Angela is just playing in this lady hair. And I said, oh, don't tighten it up because you can see it. She like, you calling me a bastard? Okay. She was like, this some drug peddling bitch that go sell her daughter, her kid or whatever for $50,000. Yeah, to this lady named Deborah Washington or something like this. And at this point, Angela like, what the hell? So she had to get up out of there, and she trying to understand what's going on, okay? Because she said, this can't be true. Meanwhile, Tariq comes over there to the house, I guess it's like the next day, and, this is where she conduct her business, she make her products, she do her hair and everything, and he's checking out the foundation of the house and the structure and all that, saying everything looks good, but then later he remembers that there's a extra room, okay? And it was a room behind the wall. So he knocks the wall down a little bit, a hole in the wall, and come to find out, it was like a bed in there. It was some clothes in there. She was like, oh my God, this gotta be my mom's. And then this little part that kind of got me, and I felt a little itchy at this point because it's been years, probably over a couple of decades, okay, since you've been over here, and you didn't know about that, and nobody else did. And I'm pretty sure them clothes and them items or whatever collecting dust, okay. And mama sat her ass on that bed, and she picked up them clothes, and she was sniffing it, and she had it all up on her face. I said, girl, go wash yourself, okay. Please go wash yourself, because you're just making me itch, and you breathing it in. Oh, cough it up, okay? Dust mites, all right? This ain't Molly in a big comfy couch. Anyway, so she's reminiscing about that, okay? And she's going down memory lane. This is her mother's stuff, She thought it was all gone, but it's not. This is something that she is, can take with her, okay? A piece of her mother. Next thing you know, we see Leah at the photo shoot for the Ford shoot, and Lauren is there, and she sees the daddy. Papa comes there, Papa Teddy. All right, he's all happy. Oh, my baby, she's out here, my princess. She's on the cover and all this stuff, whatever, and woo, woo, woo. Hyping her up. And he was like, you know what? I was protecting you from some stuff. I knew that you was going to come up and you was going to do what you need to do. And that's why I had to protect you from one thing. And the reason why we do all the stuff that we do. And she was like, for money. And he was like, no, for power. Okay. Because if you don't have power, you can be forced to do anything. Okay. And that's why we have what we have. Okay. We have power, and that's why I do what I do. Okay. I make the moves. That's what it is. And you know how Joe Morton always go, I don't know if it's in his contract to always put him as a powerful person and to have these different type of monologues that just seem so woo in your face and so powerful and striking. Every time he speaks, it's just like he commands attention, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? She in her feelings because when she turned around, Angela Product was there for the hair. She was like, damn, I can't even get away from her nowhere. Okay. Angela, meanwhile, she's still on the phone trying to call hospitals and stuff, trying to see about whether or not this claim about her mama giving her daughter up for $50,000 or whatever, the lady leave with the baby. Okay, she trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, she goes over there. Leah comes over, and she was like, well, since you up here trying to get up into this incubator program, and if you get it or whatever, it is my family name that's going to be on it. So let me see what's going on up in here, okay? And so at this point, Angela said something to Nikki, not Nikki, but to Lauren, because Lauren was with her. And she was like, hey girl, how you doing? Nikki told me that Taylor was doing good or whatever. I see that she coming out the woods or whatever. And she was like, what? Nikki did what? Yeah, because Nikki be going up there like almost every day. She was like, oh my God, why would I know? Why don't I know nothing like this? Okay. Bitch, at this point, this where Leah lost me. Okay. And I kind of knew this was coming. Leah said, don't worry about her. She just a party girl or whatever. She was like, girl, I do worry about her because I do love her. She was like, girl, I seen some pictures or whatever on your phone, and they look like you was, she was like I love her? Because I do. And she was like, Mom, that's who I am. And she was like, you said that you was always going to love me. I do love you, okay? And I am here for you, but I can't accept that. I said, bitch. I just knew it. I just knew it. And, of course, Lauren left out, and this is what I'm talking about. Leah came over there to be a bitch to Angela, but then they wind up vibing on how it is to raise teenage daughters, okay? And, losing that connection and not being able to communicate with them because they have that working mom syndrome. And I'm like, what is going on, okay? Are y'all going at each other's throats, or y'all finna be sisters? What's happening, all right? Next thing you know, after Leah snaps up out of it, she was like, all right, I see what it is, and you need to go ahead and get back to planning this event that we got going on. She was like, all right, cool. Meanwhile, Angela catches Auntie up in Mama's room, okay, her sister's room, and she was like, so it is true about Mama leaving the hospital without me or whatever. And she was like, yeah, it is. I knew about it. She was like, bitch, you knew? You knew? She was like, it was only for 6 months. I said, that's 6 months too long. Okay, that's 6 months too long. Ma'am, you knew this lady was up here struggling and trying to figure out what's going on, and you already held the secrets, okay? You hold the secrets back from her so she can find out and be pissed off at you. Basically what went down is, she thought that she was going to give the baby up, but she couldn't sign the papers, and that's how come she got the baby back. And she couldn't give the money back because she did get $50,000 from the lady, the Deborah Washington lady, but she couldn't give it back because Auntie had already spent it on some shit. I said, ain't that about a bitch? She kept the money. I said, So that's probably what led to, some of the stuff that happened with the daddy, okay, and the drugs and stuff. Meanwhile, I guess Angela didn't calm down, thought about things, went up in there, talked to Auntie, said, I apologize for blowing up at you, and so at this point, they're about to get ready to go to this event. Of course, Tariq is going to come because at first he had invited her over, but she was like, no, I got to go to this party, but you can come and be my +1. I said, look at you. So, of course, she show up with him. They doing the step and repeat, taking the pictures for the photographers and the press or whatever. He pours her clothes and everything. I said, oh, so that's what we doing? Then we see the Franklin DuPonts come up. Okay, Leah, how does it feel to be, on the face of Forbes magazine and all this stuff and woo woo woo? And she trying to give her comment. Next thing you know, we hear this commotion and this loud ruckus. Like somebody truly excited, and it's a laugh and a talk a voice that I'm so familiar with. And I said, bitch, let me see who this is. And I saw the waddle. Okay, I said, bam. Bam, that's who it was. And if you watch Tyler Perry page, you know exactly who Bam is. So basically, she's one of the honorees too for the small business, for the charity that they're doing. And she was like, I guess she's cool with Angela because she was thanking Angela, and she came there and was talking about it's good to see, the person on the cover and the person that's behind the Forbes magazine, Angela, okay, photo shoot. And Leah was looking like, excuse me, what? I was like, girl, just let it go. We at a charity function, okay? We don't want to show our ass or nothing. So the event is going off without a hitch. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, Raymond comes up there and he sees what she can do and what she's been doing, and he's impressed or whatever, and saying, I'm gonna have the board talk, okay? I'm gonna have the board talk. Like, she's getting a push up, okay? And so at this point, we see the auntie and Nikki show up, and we got the performance happen. Masego was on here. I said, is it Masego or Masego? That sound cute, okay? I gotta look him up, Nikki is over there minding her business, and here come Quincy. Quincy coming up there. I ain't seen you in a minute, since the boat party or whatever. What's going on? All of a sudden, here come Lauren ass, okay? Lauren ass come over there talking about something. What you doing here? You ain't wanting here. She said, bitch, I have every right to be here. First of all, auntie had to tell her, make sure you let him know, make sure you understand that's your cousin. That's your first cousin. You can't be doing nothing with him. And I said, you know what? You sure is right. And oh boy got a crush on Nikki. I said, we ain't finna do kissing cousin up in here. But Lauren, Miss Lauren, she come up there accusing Nikki of telling her mama that she was gay. Okay? And I said, she didn't tell her nothing. All right? So don't even do that. Your mama saw the pictures on your unlocked phone. That's your dumbass, okay? And at this point, they had to break that shit up because Miss Nikki was about to spill the beans. She said, bitch, I belong here and I got receipts, okay? And I said, pull her back, Angela, reel her in because she about to fuck it up, okay? This how come you can't tell kids everything that's going on, because sometimes they talk too damn much, okay? And that's what Nikki was about to do. Nikki was about to blow up the spot because she was in her feelings. I said, that's not what's gonna happen. Meanwhile, they was about to do the they had introduced Leah, right? And they had Teddy come out there. And at this point, Angela was looking like, oh my God. She just froze because now she's finally seeing Teddy and knowing that that's her father. And she's just like, oh, wow, like, going through all these emotions. Bitch, he gets up there talking about some, Leah is my princess and Leah is this and Leah is that. And I know we here to, honor her for being, the president of the company. But what y'all don't realize is she's still just my second in command. I'm not retired. I'm still on the board. I'm still here. Okay? But still give it up for her. Bitch, Leah standing up there like, what the hell? Egg on her face. And he said, I told you had to come a little bit harder than that. And basically what wound up happening is he said, those papers that you saw and thinking that I was doing some crooked shit, and if you would have looked a little bit further, you could see that your husband company is in some fucked up shit too. So if you want to take me down, you going to take your husband down too. Okay? And I was like, oops. He said, you got to come better than that. Okay? I've been here. I'm an old nigga. Okay? I didn't synced it all. Next thing you know, Miss Angela just so overcome, she had to run away. Tariq trying to understand what's going on. She run past him and everything because she looking at Teddy. She was running after him at one point, but then she stopped thinking that he probably would turn around, and her memory is being jogged, okay, of that night when he was there and he looked and he left, okay? Mind you, Leah has told the daddy that too when he was giving her that speech at the photo shoot, talking about, I remember this one time you took, about you, this power and shit gives you the right to go ahead and cheat on my mama, huh? Okay, I remember this one time, you took me out on a business trip or whatever, and you went to this building or whatever, and it was this little girl that was standing outside and she was crying up in the rain, and I ain't never seen you so shook in my life, okay? And he was like, don't even worry about that. I said, oh, so we just gonna excuse that? Okay. So Angela go run to the beach or whatever. Of course, Nikki comes out there trying to console her. Next thing you know, we see Raymond. He going off on Leah like, what the hell is going on? You promised me my company back. And she was like, I know, I had no idea this was going to happen, but I'm going to get it back. Okay, just calm your ass down. You know what I'm saying? I got another way to get at him. Meanwhile, after he done cussed her ass out, I said, you ain't have to do that, Raymond. You know how her daddy is. That ain't really her fault. Okay, give her a little bit of slack. Here comes Jack. Jack bring his ass up in there like, he didn't really mean that. Okay, you beautiful, you this, you that, and then tried to kiss her and actually kissed her. Now, when he came in there and when I first saw him, I did not trust him at all. I said something about him ain't right. And then he tries to kiss her. Well, he does kiss her. And I said, Leah, you didn't back away a little bit. You didn't back away quick enough for me. Okay. I mean, he was on your lips long enough for Lauren to open up that door and see y'all locked. Okay, like this. I ain't like it. I ain't like it. Meanwhile, Lauren, she leaves or whatever. She hyperventilating. I said, girl, calm down. You saw your mama kiss another man. It's okay. I mean, it ain't okay, but you don't need to be acting all like that. Next thing you know, she gets arrested by the police saying that Nikki done woke up and said that she pushed her off the boat. And then she finna get arrested for attempted murder. Girl, Lauren said, Nikki, you was there telling the truth. Nikki said, listen, bitch, I ain't seen nothing. And truth be told, Nikki is telling the truth. Nikki showed up when Lauren was screaming for help. She didn't see what happened, okay? So she can't say nothing. And Leah was about to say something, but Angela said, don't you say nothing to my baby. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Meanwhile, after that, girl, daddy, well, Tariq had to go over there. Not Leah, but Angie went over there to talk to Tariq. And Angie found out some stuff because he was trying to understand, what is your fascination with Teddy? Why did you have that response? And she was like, I was trying to work with him or whatever. And it was like, the Franklin DuPonts are good people. My dad used to work for Mr. Franklin, and he actually sacrificed his life for him, took a bullet for him because he was his head of security, and Franklin actually looked after him like he was his own son after that. And that was about to set Angela off, like, so he can look after you, his own, and not his own. I said, oh, calm it down. Don't put it all out there. She had to bring it back. I said, girl, I feel you, because I was like, you got a kid that you ain't even caring for, but you gonna care for another man's kid? Child, I would have been pissed. But, he was like, to get my mind off of it and to let my, mind go about my father's death, I float, okay? So they floating in the pool and, they wind up kissing. Next thing you know, we see Leah go up there to talk to her daddy. And he up there playing chess. And, basically what it comes down to is he said, yeah, so that little thing that you had saw, about the memory in the Boston, yeah, that's right. I cheated on your mama. I had a baby. Angela is that baby. That's your sister. And you need to come on over here and get another board, because she got pissed off and swiped the board or whatever. He said, come on, let's play a new game of chess, because we got to take this little girl out before she start unearthing a whole bunch of other secrets that this family have. And if we don't want that to happen, we need to calm the fuck down and come together, okay? Meanwhile, at the very end of the episode, we see Angie auntie burning a picture. I said, who was the lady in the picture and who was the man? Is that you and Franklin? Well, Teddy Franklin, what's going on? Next thing you know, Teddy Franklin is in the house talking about, what's up, old friend? I said, what's happening? What's y'all secrets? Okay, something about that ain't right. And she pulled a gun on him. He was like, you ain't finna do that. I said, and that's how it ended. I said, no, now I need to know, because I'm invested. But this was another good episode. I'm truly invested in the show. I'm liking it. I'm glad that I'm liking it. I would have been so disappointed if it was a trash ass show. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.